Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's another beautiful day here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. It is Sunday, August 2nd, just after 10 o'clock, and the heat index is already north of 100 degrees. So that should tell you how today's inspections are going to go. So I'm back over here at hive number 1. Just going to be a routine inspection, try and make it relatively quick. I made a split off of them about maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, which is in a 5-frame nuke. I would like to call that hive number 7 once I can determine they're completely queen right, so we'll get to that later today. So for this inspection, I'm really just going to take a look at the top box, which is a medium super. I'm using it to expand the brood chamber this year, and I've already started my overwintering preparations, which that's exactly what that is. So I'm giving them 1-to-1 syrup. They've been fed for the last week since I've pulled honey. So I anticipate having to top off the feeder, and like I was trying to say, I'm going to take a look at the medium box to see if they're starting to draw out wax, build wax, on the 10 frames that have new foundation. So that's pretty much it for hive number 1. Having made that split within the last 2 weeks, I'd be surprised to find queen cells or swarm cells. But, you know, with beekeeping, weirder things have happened. So let's get into this box and see how they've been doing. And now that I have the queen excluder off, I've shared this in a few other videos, it's just a good habit to get into, checking the inner covers for the queen, because you never really know where you're going to find her. So yeah, that's a good sign, having these up in the top box. Hopefully that means they've been working the frames. Yeah, okay. Just a quick look. I know she's marked, so that should help. And oh yeah, so I bought these frames a while back, like about a year ago or so. Kind of an experiment, I guess, to see if bees prefer black or a yellow plastic foundation. Sounds kind of funny or weird, maybe, but I have not had much luck with the yellow plastic foundation. Not much luck meaning getting the bees to draw it out, so we'll see how it goes. I have another hive that I added new foundation, or a box of new foundation to, and it took them about 2 weeks and 2 gallons of sugar water before I really started to see wax being drawn out. So considering I just added this box a week ago, we might be a little early on as far as the bees actually drawing it out. So something to check for next time. Alright, let's give them some smoke, hopefully calm them down a little. And that's another thing too, it looks like they have a little sugar water left, but since the honey's pulled off and it's August, we're about 6 weeks past the summer solstice, which is when the queens start laying less brood. It's not exactly swarm season anymore, so not much of a reason to get into the hives every single week. So I kind of made the decision coming out here today that after today's inspections, I'm gonna change gears and come out here every 2 weeks. So just twice a month. Alright, that's the second frame. Doing a good job storing some nectar. Looks like they're drawing out some wax as well. That was a newer frame. This frame's a little more established. You can see they're capping the sugar water up top. Little queen cup. Plenty of food stores. Okay. I'm also curious, by coming out twice a week, or I'm sorry, twice a month, to see if less disturbance, like some people say, and I believe it as well, if disturbing the bees less actually promotes them to do a better job as far as colony health, storing food, health of the brood, so on and so forth. There we go. And look at, I'll tell you what, this hive continues to impress me. So it's also what I consider split season. And there's the queen right there. Alright, so let me cage her. And I don't have that ready. Darn. Alright, so hopefully she stays put. I do have it kind of ready. Let me cage her, because what I was saying with it being split season, I plan on making some splits today as well. And what not a better frame to do so with than a frame with a very mature queen cell. So just like a week or two ago, I'll have to get another nuke box ready, and I'll drop a few frames into the nuke box, maybe 3. That seems to be a pretty good number. But before I get to that point, let's take a look at the rest of the frames, see if they have any more surprises waiting for me. So we know where the queen's at. Let's check the rest. Ton of food, cat brood and everything, of course. This is a newer frame they're drawing wax out on. Actually doing a pretty nice job. Yeah, she's laying eggs all the way on this side too. Yeah, same thing. And just some new frames on the outside. Alright, well, here we go again. So what can I do here? Let me grab a nuke so we can at least start with that. I believe it's this frame here. Yes. So that frame has the queen cell. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to move this frame down into a 5-frame nuke, which is in between hives number 3 and 4. And then, because I've been coming out here in the afternoons and seeing kind of hive population, just give me an idea on the hive population with the amount of bearding. So hives 2 and 3 have been bearding very heavily, so I have no doubt they have a good population of bees to where I can steal a frame from each of those hives and then give the nuke, which will be number 8, 3 good frames of brood. Alright, so I just took 1 frame, so they'll only need 1 frame, which makes that kind of easy. So we'll try and keep brood together in the center, brood and food. So I'll put this newer frame on the outside next to the feeder. It's funny how things go. You know, you think it's not swarm season. I mean, granted, that was more of a supersedral cell, but point is, you think they're not going to be making queen cells, I guess, and they still do. Alright, so we got brood in the center. Put that big old food frame there, and they'll move stores around as well, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's a nice, this side, I'll put that towards the center, maybe promote the queen to start laying eggs with all the drawn comb they have there. These frame feeders, I've said it before, they make it pretty tight, but it's very doable. Okay, let's give them a little more smoke. Try and calm them down, and let me go grab some syrup so we can top off the feeder. Alright, let's release the queen, get them boxed up. Here we go. Alright, let's get the top box put back on. They should be good for another 2 weeks. It's also a good time to feed with this tropical storm that should be here. I think Tuesday morning is what the weather folks are saying. Alright, well that does it for hive number 1. That hive ceases to amaze me or surprise me with the amount of queen cells they've produced this year. I think that's probably their 3rd, 4th, or 5th. So yeah, that's it for hive number 1. Quick look. Queen right, decent brood, not as much as I'd like to see, but again, I just made a split off of them in the last 2 weeks or so and made another split today. Well, basically just removed a frame that has eggs, brood, in various stages, food, and then, like I said, coming out in the evenings and seeing how heavy hives 2 and 3 are bearding, that gives me an idea they have a good population of bees. I'll steal a frame from each of those hives to add to the nuke, which could turn into hive number 8, and check on them in about 2 weeks, see if that queen cell has hatched, potentially made it, returned, and started laying, and then at that point you can actually call them a colony. Alright, so that does it for hive number 1. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel, and if you hit the bell, you'll receive notifications of future videos. See what the front entrance looks like. Not that bad. Didn't disturb them too much, I guess you could say. They'll settle down in about 10 minutes.